and welcome. You want to be here if you want to work your lower body, especially your glute area. So we have 5 different kind of exercises. We're going to work for 1 minute and 15 seconds to get ready for the next exercise. We have 3 rounds, and by the end of the session, you have been working approximately 15 minutes. This session is great if you want to put it in the end of one of the sessions here, for example, my high intensity interval training session, where you get all your sweat and pulse going, and then you can finish up with some glute work. The glute muscle and the glute area is the biggest part of our body, but also very often the most lazy part. And as time goes by, the glute just tends to do a little of a gravity work. So we're gonna fight that, and we're gonna use the exercise band. I will show you the next exercise in the rest period, but the 5th and final exercise, I will just need to give you some instruction before you go ahead. We're gonna sit down for that exercise. We're gonna put the band on top of our feet, and then we're gonna just make a little bit of a twist around one foot, and of course the other one staying in a closed position with your feet as you do this. And then you're gonna grab your band in here, and we are gonna turn around and lie on our stomach, and we are gonna move up here and doing an abduction back down again. So a little bit of a handiwork here with the band around our feet. The first exercise we're gonna do is gonna be a standing exercise. So we're just gonna do a little bit of a warm up here, doing some circles with our hips here, opening up. So often when we sit doing our daily life, we tend to get a little bit of a shortening in our hip flexors, and we just get into this alignment here. So short hip flexors and a lazy glute area. So we're gonna try to opening up in that area so we get the best out of the exercises. Do remember, a great thing about YouTube, you can always pause me and just take a little bit of a rest during this session if you need to. So moving that leg out to the side, waking up the medial part of our glute area, relaxing your shoulders, and inhale and exhale. Up we go, and just doing some swinging here, balancing on our left leg and squeezing every time we are moving back here. Try not to swing your upper body, stay in this great upright position, engaging your core muscle as well. Alternative with the other leg, just a quick short warm up, telling our glute area to wake up, because now it's time to get that area kicking, burning, and hopefully you will feel great afterwards. So we are ready for the first exercise. I have my timer here set for the 1 minute and the 15 seconds to get ready for the next exercise. And as I said, we have 5 exercises and 3 rounds. The first exercise, we're gonna be standing on the band with our right foot, and then we're just gonna grab it up here. We are gonna be standing on our left leg. You can always, depending on your band and how tight it is, you can go further up the band or lower down so you get the tightness that you are looking for. Lifting up, letting your knee coming in between your band here, and then we're just gonna go into a kickback here and pushing in that band so we get some resistance moving backwards. We are ready, standing on our left leg and moving that right leg to begin with. Counting down from 10 seconds, easing off your shoulders, grabbing your hands in front so you get the tightness of the band, and bending that knee, going from a bended knee to a straight knee. So leaning a little bit forward to kick in with that glute area. And if you have a hard time to keep the balance here on your standing leg, maybe you want to grab something to support yourself with. So pushing back, or you could always go down and up and get that balance back in place. Every time we're moving that leg back, we are going to stay here until we feel the squeeze in our glute area. Inhale and exhale. Whoopsie. Yep, so a lot of balancing going on here, and pushing back to center, easing off your shoulders, and help yourself with the balance by engaging your core muscle, easing off your shoulders, pushing back and front again. 5 more seconds, squeezing pushing back, and we are gonna alternative with the other leg, just that we feel the even when we are moving further on. So hands in here, standing on your right leg, get that knee in between your band, and we are pushing back into center. So find something that you can focus on, squeezing, pushing back from bended knee to a straight line all the way through your hip and down to your toe. Pushing it back, squeezing in again. Yep, good balance work, pushing back. But if it's too hard, just pause the session, find a chair or something you can support with. And as you get better and better, you can do this with no chair, and then no support, and then you are doing a lot of great balance work as well. Pushing it back into center. Keep going, a lot of glute work going on your standing leg. So dynamic work here on our left leg and stability work on your right. Getting into a Plie Squat, hands up on your shoulders and toes are pointing out, knees are pointing out, and we're gonna go up and to a straight line. So straight wrist here and pumping to squeezing up, pump to squeezing up. No hyper extension in your knees, pushing and keeping your chest up. Straight line, doing that squeeze. When we do the squeezing, make sure you don't pull your hips forward. Pushing in here, letting your glute muscles stop you, and a little extra tightness in your legs. Pushing and lifting up. Squeezing, keep going. So back into that 90-degree angle in your knees, pressing up, pumping to pushing up. So no hyperextension here in your lower back. Keep it down here and up to that straight alignment, pushing down, squeezing. Engaging your glute muscle, very good. Putting the band in folded position and lying down on your back, hands down here, band up here, and we're gonna push up against the band. Shoulders are relaxed and pumping up here. So squeezing, keeping your hands down into the exercise mat, and every time we do the squeezing in our glutes, we are combining, doing a pelvic squeeze. So get that pelvic floor up and going as well. Squeezing your core muscle, try to keep those arms down so the band is still in a tight position. Squeezing, and again, as we were standing, no hyperextension in your lower back. That's not comfortable for your lower back. So pushing up, squeezing. So in a few seconds, we're gonna do the wrap around our feet, sitting, turning around, squeezing, lifting up. Inhale and exhale. Relaxing our shoulders, bring it up, down, bring it up. Very good. So into a sitting position, over our feet here, close wrap. Yep, we need to work fast here. Turning around and lying on our stomach. Up we go into abduction, in and back again. Squeezing, pushing out into center, down again. Inhale, squeeze, back again. Up, pushing your feet out, back down again. Engaging your core muscle, squeezing into center. Pushing out to the side. Up as you do a hip extension, so you get those glute muscle in, and pushing out, back down again. Squeezing, and let's go for another 14 seconds. And for the easy part of this, we are just gonna go for a second round lying down. So we're gonna do the exercises from the bottom and to the top. So when we are done here, stay put here, just relaxing a little bit, and we are gonna start over where we ended. So hands nice and tight to keep the band tight, and we are ready to move up again. So up we go, pushing out to the side, in and back down again. Inhale, out. So when this minute is done, we are gonna turn around and do the hip thruster with the band across our hips. So up we go, pushing out to the side, doing the abduction. So you feel your glute all the way around. So working this three-dimensional way. Down again. Inhale, out to the side, center, back again. Easing off your lower back by engaging your core muscle. And of course, put that pelvic floor to work as well. Up, pushing in, down again. Inhale, exhale, in to center. 8 more seconds. Up we go, pushing out, in, down. Yep, getting rid of that band around your feet, lying down on your back, putting that band to double up and putting it on top of your hips. And we are gonna go for the pumping part, so pushing up. So stay up here, squeezing, just go a little bit down with your hips and stay up here, squeezing, engaging your glute muscle and pelvic floor, squeezing your core muscle and pushing it up, relaxing your upper body and feel your glute muscle. So don't think about anything else than what is happening in your hip area. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders back, and we are almost there, pushing it. Keep going. Lifting, squeezing, feeling your way. Yep, up to a standing position, ready to do the Plie Squat with the pump for 2 and the pushing up for 1. So toes are out, knees are out, and we are going to go down, pumping, pumping, squeezing. No hyper extension in your lower back. Don't push your hip forward. Pushing it up, squeezing. Tightness in your hips, tightness in your glute muscle. Keep those knees out to the side. Squeezing, pushing, pumping, lifting up. Don't forget your pelvic floor, pressing down, up to center. Relax shoulders and keep that chin in. Don't pushing yourself forward here. Keep that nice alignment and easing off your neck. 8 seconds, pushing up. Up we go. 2 more seconds and we are ready. Band around your left leg. So the opposite of what we started with. Standing with your left leg on, knees in between the band, standing on your right leg, leaning a little bit forward, engaging your standing leg, and we are pushing back. So make sure that you grab your band as far down as you get the resistance when you're pushing back. And as we push back and engaging our glute area, we are engaging our core muscle as well. Pushing in again. Get a nice, tight, straight line here. Squeezing is all about engaging. Pushing it back into center, keeping the balance. Shoulders are nicely down and away from your ears. Chest is up, straight line over your neck. Inhale and exhale. Feel every single repetition. Yep, you can feel it on your standing leg. And bend on your opposite leg. Fingers in here, hands are clasped together, leaning on your right. Of course, using your right leg, standing on your left. Squeezing, give yourself the time. Maybe you want to stay here for a little bit until you feel that squeeze in your glute muscle. Pushing back. So in just a few seconds, we are going to start where we ended. So we're going to start with this leg again when we have done the second round completed. Yep, it's all about focusing and concentrating. Don't let your mind slip away. Focusing in that glute area, both the standing leg and of course the moving leg. 14 seconds. So leaning back a little bit forward, but keep your alignment straight anyways. Yep, stay put here. We are gonna go for a third and final round with this exercise. And I hope you can feel your glute muscle now, or else you need to be extra focused in engaging that area. So squeezing, moving forward, pushing it back. So every time you do the hip extension, you should feel your glute kicking in. So get that butt working. Our third and final time on this leg, squeezing, pushing back into that band, keeping your lower back in the same position all the time. So leaning forward in your hip area, but straight line anyways. Hope you can feel your glute muscle now. I feel it. 20 seconds. Pushing it back, almost there. We can do it. I'll stay with you and you will stay with me. 5 seconds. And I know you feel it in your standing leg as well. That is perfectly fine. Alternative to the other side, our third and final round here. So do remember, the easiest part is to give up, but we're not gonna do that. Pushing it back, squeezing, feel every repetition. So sometimes it's great to do the shorter workouts because then you have, it's just a mental thing that you can better accomplish knowing that you're not working out for that long. Then you put often a little bit more effort into the exercises. So don't let yourself be fooled that the longer you train, the better shape you will get into. I promise you, I've been there. I did a lot of workouts for hours and hours, and the only thing happens was I got so tired and I got so hungry. So stay with the short workouts, never go past 1 hour sessions. And sometimes it's great to do the shorter ones, kicking in with a little bit more energy, squeezing and back to center, pushing it back into the plie, pump and squat. So knees and toes out to the side, bend up to a tightness here, shoulders are down. Make sure your wrists are not bending, keep them in a straight line, pumping here, squeezing, go down for 2, keep that chest up, pushing, pushing, up we go. So it's easy to engage your muscle here, not necessary to push your hip forward. And I say it a lot because I see it a lot in my daily life as a physiotherapist and a group instructor. Squeezing, toes are out to the side, and also the importance of having a strong glute area supporting your pelvic and thereby easing off your back and your spine. 20 seconds, our third and final time here. 2 exercises to go right after this one. The hip thruster with the band across and the front lying tucked around your feet. Up we go. So lying down, close your band here so we get a little bit extra of strength, and lying down, hands on each side of your hips. Narrow position here with your feet, and we are gonna move up and stay up here. And remember, every time we're moving upwards, we don't do the hyperextension in the lower back, and we are engaging our pelvic floor, because you know, when we're doing the jumping session, the high intensity interval training, where we need to be jumping, jump squatting, jump lunges, and so on, it is always a lot more fun to have a nice, well-worked pelvic floor. Not needing to run to the bathroom all the time. And also remember that the pelvic floor is the bottom of our core system, so we need to work that. Squeezing to get the full 3D work. Squeezing and bring those hips up and down again. 5 seconds, getting ready to sit up like a rocket up here. Feet together, band on top, twisting around in a nice good position. Grab that band, turn around. Yes, it's all about agility. Up and pushing to the side, down again. Third and final round, and our last exercise, squeezing. Up we go, pushing out, in, back again. So let's go. Squeezing, pushing out to the side, down again. Stay up here, knees off the mat, and back again. Inhale, pushing in, exhale. Just 25 seconds. Up, pushing in, down. Don't think about anything else, that staying focused of what you're doing here. 5 seconds. Great job. Get rid of that band. Yep, all sticking to the feet, and put the timer to a rest. And move backwards, getting into a nice stretch in your lower back, and get a nice stretch in your glute area. So feel that you can get the stretch up here where the glute muscle are attached, and get a squeeze. Relaxing in your lower back. Inhale and try to get further into the stretch as you exhale. Great. Turning around, lying on your back. So bend that right leg, put it on top of your left leg, and lift it up. Lift it as much so you can feel the stretch in your right glute. Easy off with your elbows, so don't let them all get too in a straight position with your elbows. Just bend your arms a little bit and try to get into that stretch of your right glute. Make sure that you can do an easy inhale and exhale. If not, let go a little bit, but stay in here. Make sure you get the stretch, and if you need a little bit of a longer stretch, you can always pause the session. And of course you can find a little bit more deeper stretch in some of my other sessions here on my channel. And we got an alternative with the other leg in here. Get the nice position here. Try not to put it right in your ankle, so you're twisting and turning your foot. Put it in at the lower part of your leg. Try to get that knee in towards yourself. And do remember the breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. If you find it too hard to do the breathing, let go a little bit. Easing off your shoulders. Get into a nice stretch. And let go. Yep, getting up to a sitting position and just saying thank you for training with me. I hope you had a great time, and hopefully I will see you in some of your other sessions here. So until I see you next time, stay happy, healthy, and strong.